Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. We are here with the most wonderful Miss Sarah.
Hello.
It's Sarah Wednesday. So, always a good day when Sarah's around.
Thank you.
Everything's better when Sarah's around. So, but we're here with wonderful you to we're not doing sprints. We are going. I'm here every single day to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to us. Thank you. And if you are watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. Miss Sarah is going to be kind enough to timestamp for us today.
Yes.
And you can also watch back on like a higher speed, which I do quite a bit on YouTube. So hello everybody. Yeah. Okay. On today's episode, Carolyn Leavitt has no idea what tariffs are. And when pressed, she doubled down on the stupid. Yeah. Marco Rubio said that the U.S. was taking over Canada, but said it wasn't up for discussion at the G7 summit. Okay. And the administration continues its campaign of LGBTQ plus erasure. So just pulling down court cases and against about discrimination and yeah. Okay. Anyway, so at 2 minutes 15 seconds in. Okay, I need to say this right up front. If I was dealing with so let's put it this way, in any other circumstance, if I was dealing with someone who was not terribly bright, I wouldn't think of them as stupid. I would think of them as, okay, they're struggling. We all struggle. There are things we all struggle with. You know, we all have our weaker parts, and and I would do everything I could to be patient, to work through, to whatever I needed to do to help. All right, but what's going on in the Trump administration is willful stupidity.
Yes,
and I mean like brain melting. Are you kidding me? Okay, so when asked about the tariffs, Carolyn Leavitt said, quote, "He's not actually implementing tax hikes. Tariffs are a tax hike on foreign countries that have been ripping us off. Tariffs are a tax cut for the American people." And the president is a staunch advocate for tax cuts. As you know, he campaigned on no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on Social Security benefits. He is committed to all three of those, and he expects Congress to pass them later this year. Tariffs are a tax cut for the So I love that. So KKKaroline, by the way, that's not something any of us made up. They used to call her that in high school. At her high school. Yeah. KKKaroline lost her temper when a member of the press asked why Cheddar Charlatan is raising taxes instead of cutting them as promised. Is she genuinely this ill-informed?
I'm not saying she's stupid. I'm saying the statement is stupid. And she's endorsing it. She's doubling down on it. She's planting her new flag. Now, if you want to infer anything from that, that is up to you. I'm not saying that. Sebastian is not saying that. We're just saying It's not a bright statement.
This woman has taken blinders like you'd put on horses. That's where you put the blinders.
Mm-hmm.
She just like stapled them to the side of her face.
Well, yeah. How else is she going to keep working, even going back to work the day after her child was born?
Because Donald Trump never takes a day off.
No, not at all. Mm-mm.
I like that, Amy Jo. Ann Bean, magasplaining. Or, as Amy put it, gaslighting. Yeah. It's just a day ending in day. And that's what the cards are showing. She's up there. She's speaking for the president. Page of Wands. She's a flunky. This is not the sword of truth. Except maybe if someone's trying to bring in the sword of truth, which they're allergic to. Three of Swords is more like it. And then Eight of Pentacles. That's her job. Just lying, just doing damage.
Mm-hmm.
The flunky doing her job.
Mm.
I'm just wondering how long she's going to be there.
You want to look at that?
Sure. I'm really curious because she really does have a very, very small baby. And she's married to a 60-year-old man who is loaded. You would think that if you had the opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
and I know there are a lot of people who have babies and they work and they love their jobs. I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm just saying in tradwife world, M. Kelpie says she has nannies. Oh, I have no doubt. No doubt. That is Amy Jones has a point. She may really need the attention.
Hmm.
Yeah, she is so far in the cult. How okay, how's it going to go? Tower. Fool. She's a flunky. That's the Page of Wands. She's the flunky. World. Devil. I've got, how's she doing? She's this little tiny card in the middle of 4 major arcana. 5 if you consider the card for the reading, which is the cult. So, destruction. Trump and his ilk just going through causing immense destruction. And then just it culminates in worldwide this awfulness. And there she is, right in the middle. Just running her mouth.
Mm.
So I guess things are going to get worse before they get better. Yay.
Woohoo.
Whoo, boy. Thank you for being here with. Carmen says, who are we bad-mouthing today? Oh, somebody who deserves it.
Right?
We're not bad-mouthing people for the sake of bad-mouthing people.
Not for funsies.
No.
More bad-mouthing actions and character than person themselves. So.
Yep.
All right. Are you still pulling? Or are you
Sorry, I was trying to spread out some of my major arcana because I got so many of them at one time.
Ah, gotcha.
Thank you, Ollie. Thank you. Your Tesla fund. You're hysterical. Thank you.
All right, 9:35. So, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio clarified earlier today, thank goodness, that the upcoming G7 foreign ministers meeting would not include talks about the U.S. taking over Canada. We're just not going to talk about us taking over Canada. The ministers' gathering is set to happen in Canada on Thursday, We're going to be focused in G7 on all of those things. That's what the meeting is about. It's not a meeting about how we're going to take over Canada, Rubio explained. Secretary of State's statement sets the agenda for the upcoming meeting, making it clear that the discussion of U.S. control over Canada is off the table. Okay. Do they genuinely think this is a thing? Because, like, we know that they genuinely think for some reason or another they can get Greenland, which is stupid. But this has gone from poking fun and just being and bullying, and not in good fun, just being jerks and bullying, to like, have we gotten to the point where they legitimately think that this is a thing? Because I was wondering about this earlier after I saw this. I was like, well, why is he worried about going south of the border? It's like, oh yeah, there's brown people there.
Oh, that's true. Yes. Can't have that.
No.
I have to share, you know how earlier there was a question, who are we bad mouthing?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Warrior Witch? Who was it who said, who are we bad outing? Not bad mouthing. It's like, that's true. I'm so sorry. I can't find it. But I'm trying to give you credit if you're the one who said it, whoever it was. Yes, Lewis, it's insulting and deranged.
Yes.
Yeah. And yes, Woodpile Witch. Thank you. That was me. Woodpile Witch said that. That was good. Here's the thing. Rubio said it's not a meeting about how we're going to take over Canada. It's not a meeting about how we are going to take over Canada. Heather Formosa says, to quote an esteemed reader, flames.
Yeah.
God bless Madeline Kahn. God bless Madeline Kahn. She ad-libbed that, by the way. Yeah. Isabel, yes. He thinks he can eventually do it. Think again. Canada's not for sale. Perfect. Yes. Agreed. 100%.
Yes, Chris, school words matter. Very much so. DE Warrior Witch, funny plot twist, Canada takes over the U.S. I'm down. I mean...
Well, and that's the thing. That's the really crazy part. It's that if somehow they did something stupid to try to take over Canada, you would get all of those Democratic votes you just added. And they keep trying to say, it's going to be one state. No, it's not. It's going to be multiple states. A place that big, that's multiple states. They're going to have multiple senators and multiple. They would not. They aren't going to.
No, I'm saying. Well, okay. Hypothetically speaking, even for one, if it happened, it would never happen. If it happened,
right.
and hypothetically speaking, if they did keep it one state, they would have 2 senators, but the amount of representatives that they would have, they'd have to build a new wing at the Capitol.
How many is it? How many people for each representative?
It's just a couple 100,000. I mean, it's not.
And there's like 40 million people in Canada.
I mean, whew.
Oh gosh, how many representatives would it?
I mean, likes would it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop at this point? I mean,
that's hysterical.
40 million plus, Heather says. So, I agree. They're not human. And please understand that we're not trying to take anything lightly. This is literally one of those, as I say weekly when I'm on here, it's smile or scream. So it's finding something that we can be about, or
Chris Cool says Canada has 40 million people and about 53 reps. You couldn't fit them in that chamber.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. This is Dumpy, and he twists everything until it's not workable, but it's how he wants it. Narcissism at work. And unfortunately, he's the president, and Republicans have control of the House and the Senate. Okay. So there's Felonious 47. These are the Democrats, because he does not have a mandate. He cannot overcome a filibuster. This is the Democrat sitting there like, here, I'm going to make myself bigger for just a second here.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happened?
Yeah.
There, we'll do it that way. Because the look on her face of, really?
Mm-hmm.
Can you make out her expression?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Queen of Wands. This is, these are the MAGA people here, but it's also like, how the heck would we make this work? Now, here's the problem. This is a minor arcana, thank heavens, but this is a card of heartbreak. This is a card of sword. This is a thief.
Mm-hmm.
So these two cards means he's going to keep up with this tariff garbage. There was some talk that he might try to take a Sharpie to the border. 49th parallel. What's that? So it's minor arcana, but I don't think he's going to stop with the stupidity anytime soon. But here's the thing. The card I pulled for clarification, and I got the Tower with the Emperor behind it, which is a big old, this is unsustainable. This entire thing he's got going on, not just with Canada, but just in general, the chaos, the destruction, this is unsustainable. And I know that we have lagging indicators that are saying, right now, oh, well, the job market isn't as bad as we thought it would be by now with all of this. Oh, the inflation isn't as bad as we thought it would be with all this right now. Let's talk again next month, when his policies start.
Mm-hmm.
He is burdened. That's a non-starter, but you flap your gums and talk about this garbage to appease the Führer.
Yep.
And it's unsustainable. He can't keep everything working in the US.
Mm-mm. No. Raymond says even Reagan didn't like tariffs. Reagan also really disliked Gorbachev too, but you see where we're at now. You see where we're at. I'm just, whoo.
You are 100% correct. Lord help. Okay, and then are we actually? Oh no. Okay, so then we're going to look at the LGBTQ plus. Okay, is there a question here? Did you throw something in here about Rubio?
Oh, about that other no.
Actually, let me pull a couple of cards on that.
Okay.
All right, and
because I couldn't get the article to work on my end because it was the Apple Plus news, the News Plus.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
The upshot is that there is some MAGA jerk. I know it's kind of an oxymoron.
Sky's blue.
Yeah. And a complete moron. I want to find this guy's name quickly. Hang on one second. Oh, I forgot. We have an image. we have a happy little image to share quickly.
Yes.
Sarah sent me this morning. So we don't know where it came from, but from the internet.
Yes.
We want to give credit if we could, but from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm on it. Let's do this. All day.
Yeah. Okay. It's a callback. If you're new, this is a callback to the other day, the transgenic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah. Somebody got it, tried to start some mess with me online about that somewhere. And somebody else popped up that, I don't see Mickey asking for top surgery anytime soon. And I fell out. So transgender, yeah. Nobody's making any transgender mice. It's transgenic mice. Mickey is not getting top surgery anytime soon. So, yes. But we adore little baby Glenda mice. Yes. Little baby Glenda mice are fabulous.
Messenger isn't allowing me to pull up. Okay. So I don't know I can't remember what this guy's name is. I can't find the article because Messenger isn't allowing me to.
I'm going to find it and resend it back to you. Just won't let you go back that far.
Please, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, here. No, found it. Okay. So this is from the Daily Beast. And I want to be perfectly clear here. There are some things that you don't do. You just don't. Even if this is true, it may not be true, but even if it was true, this is a big no. So one of Marco Rubio's own deputies is spreading rumors. This jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Beattie, the new acting Undersecretary of State for Public Diplomacy, insinuated his boss was gay by referring to a baseless rumor from Rubio's teenage years and boosted an unfounded claim that Rubio used to attend parties at gay nightclubs. Forget the war promotion, the neon sugar daddies, forget low IQ, forget 2016 primary. Rubio is tough on China and good for the military industrial complex. So be a good dog and vote for him. This is the new acting Undersecretary of State for Public Diplomacy. What is it you sang, Sarah? Kumbaya, my love.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What happens in the cabana stays in the cabana. A third read, does Marco Rubio have a future in politics? Beattie told CNN in a response to a list of questions sent about his old posts, Secretary Rubio is 100% America first, and it's a tremendous honor to work for him in advancing President Trump's world historical agenda.
Ooh, the way we're trying to play Seaway. Ooh, no. Mm-mm.
So, Darren Beattie, yeah. Are you, Then again, Rubio doesn't have a spine, I can say that. But also, Here's the thing. If there are any rumors about anyone being, that's one of the reasons And I know some of you do, and I understand, but for me personally, I will never call on purpose. I mean, I did once accidentally, and I corrected myself publicly. I will never call Lindsay Miss Lindsay. That is a rumor. I am 100% against outing people.
Right.
Whether it's true or not. I don't think that's right.
Outing people and doxing people are big no-nos, even if they're heinous people.
Right. We don't dox people here. We don't out people. We can dislike them as people.
Oh yeah.
But this Darren Beattie with his beady little eyes, his beady little brain. Oh dear, great Gussie, my elderly next door neighbor is taking a giant, it looks like an ice, those ice picks you use like if you're climbing Mount Everest?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like one of those, only the head, instead of the head being like this, the handle, it's like this with the, and it's
like a size?
No, it's some like a pick or a weird hammer or something, and she's wailing on something in the grass in her yard.
Good for her. If she's able to.
Oh no, she's awesome. She's awesome. It's just a little like.
Yeah.
She's fine. Pickaxe. Thank you, Dorinda. Thank you, Becky. Isabel, thank you. Is it death? No, it's not a scythe. It's not a big long pole with the. No. No, she wins awards with her gardening. So she's always out there. She's always doing beautiful things. She has all kinds of sculptures she puts out, in the garden and all this great stuff. It was just, I just out of the corner of my eye, there's this elderly lady with this gargantuan pickaxe just wailing on her.
Deb reminded us that Beattie was the one who was a eugenicist about the low IQ trash. Remember from a couple weeks ago? Yeah.
Jawohl. Okay. I don't know whether to cry, hurl, or just laugh at this scumbag. He wants to undo all of these years, these 250 years of good work. Now, I know I am fully aware of what the United States has done wrong to indigenous people, to people of color, to women, to LGBTQ plus people, to you name it. But there's been some good stuff too. And we are moving toward equality, at least up until this moment. He wants to undo all of that. And thank you, Veronica. You just cheered me up. Apparently my nails match the cups.
Oh, they do.
How cool is that? Queen of Cups, liberal, namby-pamby, whatever. Ace of Pentacles, Chariot, Five of Wands, Stir Up Trouble, Wheel of Fortune. These are the people who have power until we can vote them out. And that makes me want to hurl. So is Rubio going to chuck this guy to the curb?
Yeetus deletus.
Thank you, Arsenal. Heather Formosa says, I'm afraid it's going to take generations to right the ship. I was thinking about that this morning. It's going to take a long time to clean this mess up, but I do believe we will. Yeah, he's just one of those. Here's the thing, though. There is still pushback. High Priestess, there is still some, even out of power, they can't get rid of us. They can't get rid of all of us.
Mm-mm.
Page of Wands, he's a flunky. Mr. Big Man, you're a flunky. And there's pushback. So just drag your knuckles down the road and goodbye. Scum. There was one other thing that I had. I don't think it's in question. I'm sorry.
No,
This was the other thing that was just. Again, I think this was because I pay for Apple News Plus, so I think I get access to some things. But Hannity on the Daily Beast, Hannity reveals the secret of how Trump lost 30 pounds. That's the URL. Okay. Yes, it is Mrs. Butterworth is the High Priestess. Yes. Purple Allegria. I like that. Okay. Oh, yeah, Debsy, I don't want to repeat that. That's awful. But yeah, I believe it. I 100% believe it. Okay, so at 31:30, Hannity has revealed how Trump has lost 30 pounds. Okay, first of all, that's debatable. Second of all, apparently Hannity said, Lewis is asking, did he cough up a hairball?
oh my.
No, apparently Hannity said that Trump has lost 30 pounds by taking the buns off of the burgers he eats.
I'm really having to. I want to scream words that are not okay for this channel. But
how stupid. That's like the word of the day. Stupid.
bull hockey.
Yes. And you don't you can't lose 30 pounds in
No, but I will
months.
say that men can make smaller changes and drop a ton of weight. Like they could just like lay off bread a little bit and stop drinking soda and lose like 40 pounds in a month and a half. And I'm like, that's rude.
It is rude. But I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying. Not at his age. I'm not buying at all.
Oh, purple alegria says alegria means happiness in Spanish. Oh, that's lovely.
Aww.
Thank you. Veronica Johannes is saying, oh, Zempic.
Not that there's anything if that's your jam and you're working with your doctor and y'all have decided that's hey, rock on that. But
I have trouble believing he would take it though. I really do. Because he's not one who's going to put up with the nausea and the.
But it doesn't do that to everybody. It doesn't do it to everybody. It does it to quite a few, but it doesn't do it to everybody. So, and they have the pill kind now too. They're like Priziptides and whatnot. That doesn't quite.
Okay, well, what's you just take the buns off your burgers. If all you ate was burgers, if literally that's all you ate, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, yes. SKB says today Republicans are voting to cut VA, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. Stop them. Call your legislature.
Yeah, you looked at that yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to call Johnson. It's not going to do me much good. Or Bill Cassidy. John Kennedy.
Poor Miss Sarah is in Speaker Mikey. He hates everybody, the heretics district. I'm so sorry. Well, he does have access to anything he wants, but it's interesting. I'm asking about the weight loss, the what have you. Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, 8 of Wands. This is if you have a lot of money. That is what he's doing to his system, which is not great. And then I've got the Hanged Man with the Tower. Whatever he's doing, it's not good. And frankly, I'm not necessarily picking up Ozembic-y things.
Okay.
Kathy Griffin went on Stephanie Miller's show the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, look, I'm a recovering addict. I know all about pharmaceutical addictions. And she said, and this is her opinion, she said, I know what he's on. And she listed off this, and this. And it was things like Xanax and opioids and I forget what else. But she said, you can see all the signs.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's not good. And what I'm getting is, yeah, this is dangerous.
Kathy Whiplash, he's had liposuction many times before. So throughout the 80s and 90s, he'd have it all the time. So
I'm amazed he has any fat cells left. But yeah, arsenic, exactly. Okay, so I'm just Warrior Witch. Yeah, that's kind of things with that effect.
Well,
I won't go into it, but the middle cards, that's what I was getting.
Okay.
So gross. Everything about him is gross.
Yeah, yuckadoo.
All right, but I just wanted to share the stupidity of that wow, you're in the cult. If you honestly think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. And for him to have done that, he would have had to have admitted that there was a reason he needed to have done that. Mr. I don't exercise because it's not healthy. So
right.
I was just blessed with good genes. Like, he would have to admit that, yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next question is, okay, there is a, bless her, federal employee goes rogue with a mass email.
Mm-hmm.
Karen Ortiz, an administrative judge at the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission.
Mm-hmm.
So she's all about the equal opportunity to judge, equal opportunity, right. That whole part of the, she's an administrative judge at the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the federal agency in charge of enforcing U.S. workplace anti-discrimination laws. Mm-hmm. There have been a lot of changes there since Felonious 47 took over. And she opened an ominous email on January 28th entitled Fork in the Road, giving them the option to resign from their positions as part of the government's cost-cutting measures. Give them the option to resign their positions. Okay. Her alarm grew when, I am not making this up, her alarm grew when her supervisor directed administrative judges in her New York district office to pause all their current LGBTQ LGBTQ plus cases and send them to Washington for further review in order to comply with Trump's executive order declaring the government would recognize only two immutable sexes, male and female. Yeah. Ortiz decried management's lack of action in response to the directive, which she said was antithetical to the EEOC's mission, you think? And called upon some 185 colleagues in an email to resist complying with illegal mandates. But that email was mysteriously deleted, she said. So then she, and this went on and on. So she tried sending out more messages like that to more people. And anyway, she said, I know I am taking great personal risk in sending out this message. But at the end of the day, my actions align with what the EEOC was charged with doing under the law. I will not compromise my ethics and my duty to uphold the law. I will not cower to bullying and intimidation. Karen Ortiz, we salute you.
Yes.
So that is over on the Oregonian. But this is just one of the many things that this administration has been doing. We were making fun the other day about how the DOD was erasing history to the point that it almost deleted records about the Enola Gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The plane. It was named after the pilot's wife or mother.
Mother, yeah.
So they are very much trying to set gay rights back.
Yeah.
And Pride Month is coming up.
See, but what they're not remembering is that Pride Month, it's historically, it goes back to Stonewall, which is why we celebrate it when we do. And Stonewall wasn't funsies and rainbows. And so if they keep pushing the way that they're pushing, they're going to find out that he may talk about the immutable genders, but the immutable spirit of Ms. Marsha P. Johnson is alive and well in many people. She was a fabulous leader of the movement back in the day at Stonewall. So, Pride was a riot, man. So it's not going to be taken laying down, is what I'm getting at. So,
I want these cards to be better.
Oh.
That's the communication of this far right garbage, and the people who are supporting it is the card for the reading. Now, here's the thing. 10 of Cups. Fabulous. As it should be. But that's not the center card. This is a communication against this. MAGA action. Trump action. Absolute vile corruption. Knight of Swords. So the this kind of persecution will continue for now. For now, not forever. But and I wish these cards were better. But we're in what was it you were saying? There was that song on TikTok. Into the thick of it.
Oh, yeah. The Backyardigan song. Yeah, I feel like that is my life these days. So that they use that on a sound on TikTok where it's like, all right, into the thick of it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're in it. And but yeah, there's Friday, 2 days from now is the eclipse. it's about like 3 a.m. early Friday morning, 3 a.m. So between Thursday and Friday. And I didn't get the graphics done because because I haven't finished astrographics, and I have a lot of it, but I don't have all of it. And I'm still debating on the best avatars to use within Virgo. And that's what the moon is going to be. Sun's in Pisces. I've got that. But no, the eclipse. Dumpy was born under an eclipse. I'll just explain it this way. Dumpy was born under an eclipse. And in his chart, he's got sun up here, he's got moon down there. Okay, whatever. But this whole eclipse, which is the lunar eclipse, so it's sun opposite moon, is landing in his chart exactly square. So it turns this whole thing into a grand cross. So it's not just a 90-degree angle where you get some friction. Boom. I mean, I have a T-square. I know I'm wearing black, but I have a T-square which looks like that. So you just get an opposition with a square to both sides. That's bad enough. But when you've got a grand cross, that is not fun. And unlike, basically, the sun and the moon are the biggest things in the sky. They're the luminaries, they're called. And that is massive energy. Massive. And it's affecting his sun and moon, and it's the sun and moon in the sky. So you have the luminaries all square each other. So, yikes.
I think we've pretty much covered 4, so I'm going to pull that one out. We talked about Ozempic and whatnot.
Yep.
So
I will be very interested to see what happens on Friday. I want to say there's a VA march. That's the deadline for the budget. It's hitting Trump's chart like a 2x4. Just whack. And then there's a bunch of other stuff which I have already gone over astrologically. It's hitting Trump's chart. And that's just this Friday. And then we have the solar eclipse, which is at the end of the month. So that's a different thing. So
protect your peace, people. Stay vigilant. Protect your peace. Don't know when to turn your TV off.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah. So, and then there's the craziness happening because the craziness happening this summer, but also at the end of this month, is it the 30th? I believe Neptune goes into Aries for the first time since the Civil War.
Yay.
Great. So, Isabel says they approved a CR. Oh, okay. They did approve a continuing resolution. Okay. Chris Cole is asking, is Saturn the planet of karma? Well, it's the kind of.
It's very much you reap what you sow, right?
Yes, but it's very much a dour, not life of the party, workaholic. I mean, it rolls Capricorn. If you do the work, you will be rewarded. But if you do not do the work, yeah. But it's not so much. It's a very physical. It forms things, so it's more physical. It's not as much you have a bad. You have some bad thoughts. You have some bad ideals. Saturn doesn't care. I mean, some things could come back and bite you, but on the whole, no. It's like, what have you done? What have you not done? What is like the thing? So,
All right. Well, at 49:45, Goral had a question yesterday, and I'm glad that kind of glad this one got rolled over to today because I wanted to look at it with you. So, Dominari Holdings is a company that insiders loaded up on a ton of their stock just out of the blue. People started buying it and then shortly after that, it was announced that Don Jr. and Eric are going to be involved in it, which shot all the prices soared. Imagine that. I mean, Martha went to jail for that, y'all. So now, granted, Trumple Thin Skin is controlling the SEC these days.
Insider trading.
Yes.
It's a lot of money.
Mm.
I have justice in the middle. It's just, that's the problem, because the strength is around the Trump world. And there's justice in the middle, but Knight of Wands is the MAGA fighting back against that, and they're burdened.
Yeah.
So there's some squawking there, but it doesn't end in justice. See what else I can get. Dominari Holdings.
It just kind of sounds weaselly, huh? It just sounds like it's supposed to be very alpha-y.
It sounds like it's supposed to be in like Twilight.
Like the Volturi. Yes, right? I'm down for it.
Oh, look. Corruption. I'm shocked. Chaos, hurting the little people, sleepless nights, worry. Don't hold your breath.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, Sheila, that was very sweet of you. She said that we look lovely today.
Thank you. Makes all this bad news softer. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Well, I wish that they would get more than a little. I mean, they're not even going to get a slap in the wrist at this point. They're not even going to get a stern look. Yeah. All right. Cosmic Goat Lady has a question back on Trumple Thin Skin's health. Since Rusty Racketeer is going to Mar-a-Lago every weekend, is he getting some sort of infusions or treatment or anything? Like, is it solely golf related, or is there anything medical related in his trips home every weekend?
He's so soft and warm. Sorry. I was distracted by the cute, soft, warm fuzziness.
It's very distracting, yes. Rightfully so.
Let's see. Looking at X health or the cute, fuzzy cat.
Fuzzy all day.
Yes, Rob, scritch, scritch, scritch. You would you.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you mean. Hold on, and that isn't an actual thing, but it just sounds funny.
It's very, very Beth Roy.
Yes, very Lady Beth. Yeah. Well, now.
Oh. Yes.
That's a cocktail. That's a whole lot of needles. There's stuff there, including of all these little things on this picture, like Vice cigarettes, spork, canned meat. Of course, the martini and the giant chocolate cake. Up here, that's Valium.
Mm.
Yeah. So lots of needles. 7 of Swords is a thief card. Ace of Swords. New stuff, too. Card for the reading, though. A little concerning. So, wow. Hold on, it says acupuncture would be good, actually. I don't think this is acupuncture.
Are we doing any clarifiers? Or are we going to leave that there?
Yeah. Yeah. Warrior, which says, fun fact, my mom works in car finance. She says the resale value of all Teslas is nil, 0, zilch. Dealerships don't want them on their lots. They don't sell. Yay! This is very normal. What I picked up on, this is all minor arcana. This is just absolutely normal.
Normal as in routine for him, or normal as
Yeah.
in for the rest? Oh, so it's routine for him.
Yeah. This is nothing new in his world.
So this cocktail of whatever he's getting.
This is the kind of thing, apparently, that he's in entertainment only YouTube. But what the cards are saying is day ending in day.
Do with that information what you will, Chad.
Entertainment only.
Yes. All right. It is Wednesday.
Hang on one second.
So, go ahead.
Hang on. Since you're here, I can take on. I can. It's easier for me to take on some of the creepier, scarier questions when Sarah's here.
Number 10.
Yeah. Let's do number 10, and then we'll do a card for us, or cards for us.
All right. So Patricia Winter had a question. All right, real quick before we get there, let's do a little breathing, because this is not.
Okay.
Patricia has a legitimate question. She says, I'm worried that this administration is trying to unalive seniors and whatnot so they can have unused Social Security benefits. Since we aren't any use in the workforce, are we expendable? Could you please read on this? There was once upon a time I'd have been like, oh, no. And even last go around, I would have said, oh, I mean, he could try, but I mean,
no.
Okay.
Well, hey, card for the reading. Are there some people in MAGA in the administration thinking along those terms? Yeah, that's just, and it might even be him. You never know. But big old temperance right up front.
Okay.
3 of Wands, waiting for their ship to come in, but you can't. That's nothing compared to the power of a temperance card. Major Arcana. Major Arcana cards are like, they're stronger energy.
Mm-hmm.
Temperance, waiting for the ship to come in, but 2 of Cups, people helping each other, taking care of those around you. 3 of Pentacles, well, what does it say in Project 2025? Because whatever it is they're trying to do, no. Very shaky ground.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting.
Okay.
So Now, does that mean that their policies are going to get better?
Yeah.
But
all right. Well,
Heather Formosa says, well, it would clear out the Senate. Thank heavens that's not going to happen.
Okay.
All right. And let me just look here quickly, and then I'll pull some cards for us. Just a quick look.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got horrible policies. I mean, we know that.
Yeah.
That's just there. But there's also the matter of, I joke about, not using language I wouldn't use in front of my grandmother. But you have to understand, my grandmother was very old-fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
And I had she was born in 1910. And so she was, right? I mean, this is a whole, like, you lovely people who are grandmothers here, that's a whole different thing. And maybe even your grandmothers were more progressive, but mine wasn't. But I'll tell you this much. Not just the silent generation. And this is the card for the reading, this sleepless nights, or what have you. But the thing in the Housewives deck about this card is, do not mess with grandma.
Yeah.
So.
Darn tootin'.
Which is my grandmother had potato vodka and cigarettes on her kitchen table. Guess what language she used? There you go.
Love that.
So I'll pull some cards for us.
All right.
Heather Formosa says, my grandmother was so straight-laced she wore a corset. Oh yeah, that's how my great-grandmother got through the Depression. One of the many things. I mean, she was the only one bringing money in. They took boarders into their house, and she crocheted stay covers for corsets to keep food on the table. And they had a big garden, and they just, they did all kind of stuff. Louis says, grandmas have cast iron skillets.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
But no, my grandmother was 5'0" and just a very delicate, lovely, born on the 4th of July.
That's so sweet.
Mark says, my grandma did housework in high heels. Good for her. Okay. Let's see what I got here. All right. What I'm getting is there comes a point at which we've done everything we can do. Now, we need to, because basically I pulled a full set of cards. And there are all of these awful cards for the reading, the far right victory. There's the chaos, the MAGA actions, the flunkies. You say some of the worst stuff out loud. The last card is the lovers, the cult, what have you. Okay, but the card that goes right here, second to last, this is our card. That's a 4 of Swords. And what that is self-care. In this deck, that is the card of self-care. Some of this stuff, you just have to, I mean, some of it obviously will affect you directly, obviously, and
right.
affect people we care about, obviously. But you're going to burn yourself out if what their garbage stops you, it drains all of your energy. And I keep getting so strongly, not only I got that message from like everybody's guides saying they're proud of you. $1 trillion worth of Russian information or misinformation and propaganda, and it didn't affect you. But it's also a matter of I need to get on with setting up the raised beds in my garden. Other stuff keeps getting in the way. It's like, no. We need to think practically. We need to take care of ourselves, our families. We need to just do the thing and not let them burn through all of our energy. So that's what I'm getting there. I'm also getting that people need hobbies. And the whole point of a hobby is that your livelihood is not dependent on it. I'm not saying you should do it all day, every day. But what I'm saying is, are there puzzles that you like to do? Are there quiet things you can do that will get your blood pressure down, get you away from electronics or the news? Or if it's electronics, is it just something very calming? And we need all of that self-care. I'm starting for Lent. I'm tracking everything now for Lent. So, and I'm realizing it's like, oh, wait a second. I haven't been keeping up with my microcurrent, which helps my depression. It's like, oh yeah, I need to get back on that. So I made sure I did it this morning. But Sherry Witt says diamond dot painting, crochet class. Karen B says I have cats. Yep. Jane Doe says killer Sudoku's my game. Ooh, there you go. Artie Lewis says singing, hiking, and crafts. Excellent. Anna says love puzzles. Amy Jones says junk journals. Ooh, nice. So yeah, we need to. Vicky says I started working on my tiny garden, crochet, embroidery. Right. Mike Munglu says Indian flute is relaxing. That sounds lovely. Carolyn does some bird watching. Yeah. There is a point at which we've contacted our representatives. We've done what we can. We've spoken out. We've made our voices heard. And there comes a point where they did this to themselves.
Yep.
And we do not have the power to change it right this instant today.
Right.
So save your energy. What is it? Stars, stripes, and steady.
And every day between 3 and 6 Central, you can come hang with us while you're working on whatever you're working on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So that's going to do it. But you guys have great ideas.
Yes.
And you're not alone. It's so important to remember you're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days in the future. They absolutely are. Jana says, save energy, set goals. Absolutely. And I'm here every day. And it's not just me, because it's not about me. This community is here every day. So thank you. Thank you for creating this safe space. So,
yes.
All right. So that'll do it for today. And thank you, Miss Sarah. Thank you for coming on.
You're most welcome.
And thank you for being here. Thank you. All right. So hang in there. And we'll see you later.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Take care. Thank you.